By the way, I got to say, my first time having the wings, they were incredible.
How'd you come up with the sauce?
Smoking pot.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah. Mixing sauces.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of all of our game here.
All right, before we get into the show, we want to talk to you about a live show we're putting on, presented by Next in Line Comedy. It's the Men at Work Live Spectacular, Friday, May 30th at 8 p.m. You ever wanted to be on the show, but you couldn't? Well, now you got the opportunity to.
Buy a ticket, come to the show, hang out with us. You could put in a little thing that says, hey, I'd love to be on stage. And just come chat about your job. We'll just horse around. Same thing you see on the podcast normally. We'll just be doing it in front of 70 to 80 people.
Friday, May 30th at the Coop at 8 p.m.
Please come.
All right, we're back with another episode of Men at Work. We're here at Kellianne's Bar and Grill on 16th and Spring Garden. 3-time wing champion, some of the best patrons of all time. I miss it moving to Fishtown. I used to live here. It was awesome. Maddie, how are you?
Dude, I'm doing great. I'm pumped. I mean, I've been begging, as a guy who likes to drink alcoholic beverages, I've been begging for a dive bar episode, for a cool bar episode, and we're finally here. So this is going to be, it's going to be like the drunk episode, the drinking episode. The episode where we get a little loose for the goose, and we're going to find some people that work here, some people that are patrons. Kellianne's is the move.
Yeah, Kellianne's rules. It's been with me forever. It's been with me before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and now it just came through for us because it was raining outside, and that's why we're doing one indoors. So we're going to get some bar patrons for happy hour.
Yeah.
And see what we can get.
We might horse around and goof around.
What'd you think so far? You've been here for about 30 minutes.
One of the coolest bars maybe of all time. I have a very Kellianne's is great. I mean, as a guy who likes just drinking and sitting down, this has been hitting both of those avenues pretty uproariously well.
The bathrooms are hilariously small.
Yeah, but I like that because it makes me feel big.
It
dude.
does.
Yeah, it makes me feel big.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm getting Alice in Wonderland syndrome in the bathroom.
Like, are the shoulders growing? Do I have boulders for shoulders?
How many guys hitting a double bicep back pose in that bathroom's got to be off the rails? I'm talking literally about myself, to be honest with you.
Scott Steiner flexing in the mirror. You come to the Kellianne's bathroom, the smallest man would feel like the biggest giant.
Get some food and go hang out in the bathroom by yourself and just don't scream.
All right, let's get into the episode.
Let's do it.
All right. We're here with the owner of Kellianne's.
Yes.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
morning.
It's
Good morning
Good
at 3
afternoon.
4 o'clock.
Good afternoon.
But that's what happens when you own a bar, dude.
Yeah, no, time doesn't exist.
Time stands still.
You're not kidding, dude.
Man, owning a bar. When you were growing up, did you ever think that you would own a bar?
So I definitely, that was always like kind of in the back of my head, but a huge portion of my family were always like, get out of the bar business. Yeah. We don't want you to have anything. Like, the whole, like, almost like you're too smart to be doing that.
Nice.
Those things. So I definitely took that advice, and I went to school and did went to be an accounnt. So
Then you ended up in the bar business.
and then I ended up right back in the bar business. And all those people were the ones to be like, you know, you were perfect for this all along.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It all worked out.
That's hilarious
very well.
that your family would tell you that, because as I've known you for like almost 3-4 years now, I'm definitely like, you are perfect for the bar business.
Yeah, and I always just had so much fun doing it. You know, I've bartended my whole life.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, money's always been good. It's fun. You feel like you're like
Yeah.
spending the night out. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
How does that come to be? Like, how did you, the early stages of buying the bar and like getting into this entire the industry?
So the background there is, so my dad and my uncle were 50-50 partners here. They used to have another Kellianne's. It's now called Local 44.
Oh.
It was on 44th and Spruce.
Sure.
So I was more born and raised at that Kellianne's. So as a kid, you know, just bar backing, doing whatever, you know,
Yeah.
handing out beads for Iron Express, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So my uncle was down here. He passed away in 2016, and then after a few years, his wife kind of was like, you know, I don't want to be involved anymore. Just wanted to get rid of her half, and then. So December 2019, my dad approached me and kind of was like, hey, you know, this is kind of where we're going.
Yeah.
And then if that's your move, like, think about it, like, no pressure. So I took like a month or two, thought about it.
Oh, yeah?
And then I kind of was followed up with like, oh, also, if you don't, we're going to sell it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was one of those things like, I
No
don't know.
pressure at all or anything, dude. Yeah. Just, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't mention, like, Kellianne is my mom, so
Sure.
Oh, sweet.
it's a bar named after my mom. So I was kind of like, I can't let this
Yeah.
die, you
Yeah.
know, like, so
They're gonna turn into like Bobby Joe, and you don't want to have a
can't let
bar
Bobby
that's
Joe.
like a Bobby Joe.
Muhammad's Pub and Grill.
Yeah,
Come on,
Dorothy Ann. Like, ugh. I know Kellianne's awesome.
I love it. That's my mom's name. My mom's first
really?
and middle name, Kellianne. Yeah,
Hell
shout
yeah.
out Kellianne Peoples, dude. Yeah, so I related. I was excited to be here, man. So you guys are like Was it always a big wing place, or you took it over and you're like, we're about to fuck some wings up?
Wings have always been the thing.
Always
here.
been the move?
Yeah. For years they did 50-cent wings for Quizzo on Wednesday nights, and that was a huge.
Was it always the
huge
Kellianne
thing.
sauce?
No, so that is the one thing I did bring to the table.
Okay.
That was.
How'd you come up with the sauce?
Smoking pot.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Mixing
Nice.
sauces.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of all of our game here. You know, Ken.
Smoking pot,
pretty-
mixing sauces.
I'm pretty excited to hear about the backstory. So you're high as fuck, dude. You're living in a studio apartment. What's that process like? Are you just pulling shit out of the cabinet, or like what's this look like? Because the sauce, by the way, I gotta say, my first time having the wings, they were incredible.
Yeah.
So good.
It more comes back to, you're in somewhere so much, you can't eat the same things all the time. If I ate a hot wing every day, I would just be bored as hell. So it's just more like mixing every couple sauces we have together and then kind of see what comes out there. You know?
Nice.
What was the aha moment? Was there a certain spice? Was it a certain time of the day? Like, what do you remember?
No, it was just a no-brainer. That the hot garlic parm combination for the Kellianne sauce, that was just kind of a simple one where it was like, hey, these two.
So that's what it is. It's like hot. It's like hot sauce, garlic, and parm.
Yep.
And I like you, dude, because you tell it. I mean, I'm sure there's some other spices in there, but you're not hiding anything.
If anyone could do it, they would,
But they don't also have 3 straight trophies of the best wings in the goddamn city of Philadelphia.
We love that.
How many crispy clean white T-shirts were lost in the process of making this sauce, dude?
This is actually the first time I've ever dressed nice here because
It's the nicest
every
I've
time
ever seen.
when I wear anything here, no matter what it is, it gets ruined.
Yeah.
Every single piece of clothing. So I only wear things here that probably have beer company names
For sure,
on them for that reason.
So you own the bar. What's the one thing that you want to put in the bar? There has to be something that maybe due to a law or maybe due to it just doesn't work in this establishment. What's something that you would add to this bar?
So I've measured this. I mean, I've measured every spare inch that we have here 10 times. I'm a golden tea junkie, so a golden tea in here would always be a dream come true. It's just never going to happen. So something more realistic.
Even unrealistic.
Yeah, true.
Because golden tea is pretty realistic. I mean, maybe not in here.
Not here, but
I've been to a bar or two that has golden tea.
you know what? I always feel like we could get a disco ball right here. Just
Okay, also a little realistic.
That's realistic. That we might
Give me
happen.
something unrealistic. Like, I know you're a gambler.
Ooh.
I know you like your parlays. Like horses? Are we talking sports? Like, what would JP, high as a kite, making some wing sauce, what would be the most, like, it would be the perfect bar?
You did hit the nail on the head with the horse racing.
Yeah.
There would be nothing better if this was just a bar. It would be like, I don't know if I can say this, back in the day, my dad used to like take, bets.
Statute of limitations is probably over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's out of that. Now, everything's legal and jammed down your throat as it is. So, but that is just like, what a life that could be, like you're just sitting there cracking up. People are just degenerates, just dumping money
it's pretty
in.
sweet.
I love that
Yeah,
guy just
Yeah.
smacking the program.
Oh, yeah, those are my favorite videos. People getting videos.
Are those the kind of guys, like, are those your favorite kind of, like, bar patron?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone that, I like to use the term one of us, that's a loose term, just someone I know is just a regular good time, down with a little, degenerate action.
Yeah.
That's the perfect kind of bar patron, because that was always my favorite when I was in bartending. When I used to bartend, that was always like some guy that you could just shoot the shit with, had good
half the time
stories.
construction guys, we have a great clientele.
Yeah, you do
going
have a really
on.
good clientele, and that's where I always used to come here when I lived in Fairmount and everything. I loved it here.
Yeah, and that's what's good about a lot of the bars in this neighborhood. We all have the same niche of just neighborhood bars where it's just good times. Yeah, I love here McCrossins.
Yeah, McCrossins is great.
Yeah, the Bad Brother guys, real cool with
Bad
them.
Brothers awesome. How's the jukebox situation? Do you like it?
I
know
love
it's
it. I'm a huge
I know
Touch
it's
Tunes
all
guy.
like touch tunes or the other one. I forget what it is off the top of my head and stuff. AMI. Like, do you like that? The fact that it's like all controlled, or do you wish we went back to like the old school way, putting a quarter in and?
No, I think it's electric. I love it because
It's electric. Yeah.
It literally is.
It's almost like the same reason listen to the radio in the car is good because you really have no idea what's going to play, and you wouldn't have thought about that banger.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're like,
it's
oh
nice.
shit, Dua Lipa. Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
And
Yeah.
you get obviously the sing-alongs.
Yep.
People Saturday night, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Whole place screaming out Celine Dion.
There we go.
Speaking of the devil,
And then
Now
we
we
got
got
one.
this, yeah.
Then you got this. Is there one? Is there a song that's a no-go? Is there a song that's an ultimate skip?
Yeah, so Who Let the Dogs Out is automatic no-go.
Why?
You're putting the dogs back in. What the
The
hell? What's
dogs are back in.
You're the
so that
dude. You're the pound.
I got someone would play it like you can play songs remotely.
Yes.
So people would play it remotely.
Yeah.
And just hound me, no pun intended, with it. They would just really rip me up, and so
It would really rip me up.
that's a big one.
So you're saying that if I walk in here and I put on Who Let the Dogs Out and I
skipping
order
it as soon
4
as I can.
waters,
Yeah.
I'm no good? You're kicking me right there, dude?
No, you can stay, but the song's getting skipped, and you can play as many times as you want because the money's still going in the machine.
Yeah.
But it's getting skipped and no refunds.
Any unwritten
come
rules
in.
of the bar?
that?
Kellianne's.
No, any rules?
Any unwritten rules?
Yeah.
Oh, unwritten rules. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Treat everyone with respect, and that's unfortunately really it. Like,
That's all
I
right.
wish we
That's
had
the golden rule,
more
baby.
rules, but I feel like that's kind of it.
What's the proper way to gauge, like, this guy needs to be cut off? Like, how much politics do you need to be talking before you're like, dude, you're out, see you later, see you tomorrow kind of thing?
Usually, like, there's usually a couple of us here, so there's usually like a delegating phase that goes on right beforehand.
There's a
Like,
high council that lets it, like, the deliberates that who's too drunk, and be like, this guy, you guys come together, and I get what you said, yeah.
Yeah, you got, and more often than not, you're more getting kicked out for being like, it's like the crazies. It's less like a belligerent man. Like,
What's, like, one of the things that you've dealt with, like, one of the crazier drunks that you've seen where it's like, look, dude, I wish you could
You're
say,
close to
but
SEPTA. You got to get a couple.
it's got to be...
Oh, I mean, I could tell you things in the past couple of weeks that have happened. I mean, there's just, it's hard to pick one because, like I said, I always like wish I wrote down all these memories because, I don't know, I feel like I'm unfazed by some really crazy stuff going on. I don't know. You've had people like in the bathroom wiping feces all over the walls and stuff.
Sorry
and,
about that. Yeah, that was me.
Dive
That's my bad.
Yeah, that's okay.
Graffiti.
Yeah, we just clean it up and keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the bar business, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just like stuff like that. Like obviously, like I've had customers swing at me for no reason, you know, and like try and do stuff
For
like
no
that.
reason?
So.
Yeah.
Hey, oh my.
Who's the muscle?
Whoever needs to be at the time. Yeah, honestly, this is such a chilling place that really nothing ever happens.
Love
The place I used to work at in Delco, there was always, there was always fights and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it was always a good time. Like, I always enjoyed like those moments. And you're never actually like, I'm not getting my ass kicked, you know?
Yeah, they used the bars as Fight Club in Delco to see who the biggest man was, to see who the best man. That's how they decide the mayor in Delco.
Yeah, that's
First
definitely
rule
true.
of Fight Club. Forget about Fight Club. We drank too
Man.
much. What is so is there like a lot of camaraderie between like you and other bars in the city? Have you noticed that you guys are kind of like bouncing off each other, or is it's pretty isolated?
No, yeah, absolutely. I think we're all kind of in the same tune. I mean, I don't look at really anything as competition. I feel like, it's almost like golfers. You're playing your own game. Like if you're not doing a good job, everyone will notice. If you are, people will start to notice.
And it's kind of on you to if you're a good bar, you'll remain a good bar. If you're a good owner, you'll remain a good owner.
And I also think like for us and me, I love going out to the other bars and hanging out with other bartenders and developing that camaraderie. Because like I said, I don't look at anyone as competition. Like I want to just all rise the tides together.
For sure.
It is true. I mean, a good bar, a rising tide does lift all ships. If you got a bar like yours, I've come in here before, and it's like too packed after an Eagles game. Yeah. So I'll go to McCross's, or I'll go out to Urban, or I'll go down the street to Fairmount Tavern or something like that.
And that being said, like I will look at other neighborhoods technically as like Fishtown is kind of like I would look at that maybe as more of competition because I would want people to come to Fairmount
Got it.
Right.
than other neighborhoods.
That does make sense.
And then I want them to kind of bounce around while they're here and enjoy all that we have to offer.
How's the bar business? Because I feel like as long as I've been 21, other than the pandemic, there hasn't been many like 2008s where it's like, holy shit, we can't go to the bar because we can't even afford food.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the bar business has kind of, as long as I've been drinking, been pretty good, unless there's like a global pandemic.
As long as it's not a global pandemic, you should be.
During the global
ready for it.
pandemic, I used to come to the makeshift outside spot that you guys made.
Dude.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Super spreaders.
Yeah. That's what they call us. Yeah. That was my porn name. But the bar business seems to be like it's.
Yeah, man, everything's been awesome. I mean, I feel like we're pretty fortunate to be in a great spot. This neighborhood has a lot of foot traffic. There's kind of things going on at all different times of the day. So we're definitely fortunate in that regard. Obviously, you see some places that weren't as fortunate over the past couple years.
Yeah.
Still there's still definitely lingering effects of COVID throughout the restaurant industry. I feel like
2-3 years later still.
Yeah, I feel like you can still see it. Like you still see places that maybe never financially recovered, so now they're kind of closing.
Yeah.
It's delayed.
What are some of the effects as the guys who are like don't understand like the bar business. Like, is it like pricing on food? Is it pricing on labor? Like, what's like?
Well, so definitely those both increased significantly.
Yeah, and they just haven't really ever come down.
No, food fluctuates. Labor will never go back down, which is also good. People need to get paid.
True.
Everyone needs to make money. That's also the goal. That's why we all do it.
Yeah.
You know? I also think just a lot of people, like customers, are more conscious about their spending. I think I think you see a lot of that. I think people are more. Like, COVID kind of taught people to be able to have fun without going out boozing, which
I never thought of it like that.
Just booze somewhere else.
I still booze at bars.
I picked up strong alcoholic places to drink while I couldn't have access to a bar. It's kind of the entire move the entire time.
Anything
it's just
good?
find somewhere to drink. Huh?
Anything good?
Middle school parking lots. Nobody would know, dude. Yeah, it's a good time. Just hang over there.
Hell yeah.
Now, what would you say to a 6'1" tall ginger who says they like boneless wings versus regular wings? What would you say to like a theoretical guy like that?
I say, hey, we got buff tenders here, buddy.
Thank you, dude.
With Kellianne sauce?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
Is there any? I mean, we'll keep you for a couple more questions. Is there anything you've noticed from like being an owner, the difference between bar patrons in like a Gen Z kind of area or like the boomer bar patron? Are they like interacting? Like, is there any big notable differences?
You know what? I feel like we're lucky here, where like it seems like everyone kind of ends up in one big conversation together.
Yeah.
But you can definitely tell a severe difference in just how they both act at bars. You know? But I feel like that also goes in being young, learning the whole, if being a good bar patron was easy, truly everyone would do it. I feel like it is a craft,
right,
to be a good customer.
Sure.
Like that's one of my points of pride. I feel like I'm a great customer when I go out to other places. But I feel like in a place like this, everyone's just kind of coming together, BSing about the same type of, Philly sports, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
What's like historically the worst day every year? Is there a certain day? Is it a certain game? Is it a certain time frame? Like,
dude, honestly, I really do love my job.
So you're an eternal optimist.
Yeah.
So it's hard to talk to you.
I really don't have a bad day.
Yeah.
Like I even look forward to like Darren Expresses of the world. Like they're fun. They're classic. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious seeing people, just throw green on and get blacked out.
True.
So, I mean, I guess the worst day is when the Phillies get bounced from the playoffs every year. That's usually...
Because then the bar clears out and everyone's sad.
So I will go a little further on that, because then the whole next week, you have to sit here. Your job is to talk to people about that. And
game.
I just want to crawl into a hole, but got to be present and got to have the tough conversations.
Yeah.
What is, and you don't have to put a dollar figure on it, obviously, but like, what does a Super Bowl run like the Eagles had, like what does that do for business?
It's just crazy how monumental it is.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a lot of fun. So then you can't even put a dollar amount on people making positive memories in your place and now always looking back and being, I watched the Super Bowl there, best day of my life, blah, blah, blah. The parade was our best day that we ever had.
It's right out, it's like 5-10 blocks down.
I got here at 5 a.m. parade day. I worked the whole day. There was already like 15 people in here going after it.
At 5 a.m.?
No shit.
5 a.m.
That's awesome.
That's early.
That's the funny thing is, like, I didn't really understand it until I got into the bar business and getting into the sports business, being like how much money you make when like your local team goes on a run. Yeah. And it's not just sports businesses, it's not just bar businesses, it's restaurants, it's clothing, it's, fucking trades of all. Everybody just, it seems like, makes more money because people are just in a better mood. They're going out every single day.
Here to drink.
Yeah. They're here to drink and have fun.
Yeah.
So, damn. And if you want to drink and have fun, Kellianne's, baby. 16th in Spring Garden.
Yes.
Best wings in the city. If anybody watching this was like, why should I come to this place? What would you say?
I just think we have a great time here. I don't think anyone takes things too seriously. I just think it's a great place. You get off the Broad Street line. Why not come in for a couple beers, make some new friends, all that kind of good stuff.
I like that.
Nice
Don't over here. Take public transit.
I'm going to grab one more. If somebody who's never been here before, give me the best time, day, and then if you come here, what to order. Give me the quantities, whatever you think. If you're coming here to hang out at Kellianne's, what's the best time, day, and what you're ordering?
So I think Sundays are pretty electric here. We do live music every Sundays, and that ends up being a real good time.
What kind of live music we talking?
It's usually just like one or two guys,
rap.
acoustic,
Guys freestyling?
Yeah, you guys are actually going to play a set this Sunday.
We're coming next year. We've been writing.
And then So I think Sunday. I also am biased because I love drinking on Sunday afternoons.
Oh yeah.
So Sunday afternoons, I would come start with an order of wings, and then I'd probably dive into a knuckle sandwich or a pork sandwich.
And then by the end of the night, you get out of hand, you get a fucking knuckle sandwich.
Knuckle sandwich is half cheesesteak, half chicken cheesesteak.
Nice.
Gets banana peppers and fried onions.
I like that.
But that's a Ken. That's a Ken one.
Is that a Ken one?
Yeah.
Ken is a legendary person. That does he have any affiliation with Kellianne's?
No, he's a general manager.
Okay, he's a general manager. Okay, so he does. So, but he is a legendary person. Legendary person.
Love it.
Yeah, I love it.
JP, man, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys
Thank you
coming
so
out.
much, dude.
Yeah, dude, thanks for having us. You saved our asses, dude, from the rain.
Yeah, thank
the
you,
beautiful
bro.
rain, the beautiful weather that we're having.
Really appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
And you look dapper as hell, by the way.
do.
You look great.
What's your first name?
Jules.
Jules.
Big Jules.
What do you do for a living?
Union Electrician.
Union
Yes,
Electrician.
sir.
Are you private or what union?
Union 351.
Hell
Hold on. Right across the street's 98. So if you know local 98 electricians, being right across the street in their territory.
Ooh, you're on enemy territory, huh?
I am in enemy territory.
Is there a little bit of a guff going back and forth? What's that like?
It's
What's-
like guff, but like it's like not real. You know what I mean? Everything's exasperated on a job site. Like you just like to talk because you're bringing up time. Like you're like wasting time. Like hey, like to talk about the weather.
Yeah.
And be like, it's gonna rain today. They're like, yeah, rain coming in from the northwest. We're coming there. This,
Oh, you
that,
got a
and
lot
the
of
third.
astrologists
So you
out-
just talk
yeah.
about shit. We all love each other in the end, though.
I wish like that's how we talk to like our enemies like internationally.
Yeah,
Just
I
talk about
agree.
the fucking weather.
You got
Dude.
enemies?
No, like I'm talking about like
Vladimir Putin, dude. If
Yeah,
Putin keeps
Vladimir
talking
Putin.
shit, I'll ask him about the
Yeah.
fucking rain if he wants to keep that shit up. dude.
Exactly.
I got a word or two about him. So are you, I mean, in a general sense, you have to specifically talk about your guys. What is like the kind of animosity that grows between different unions? Like how do you guys find that you're not copacetic?
One does
in fairness,
better
in
job.
all belief, like it's not really unions are all together on a job site.
Right.
We're actually we're all together against. I don't even know. Don't put this on. Like against the GC general contractor. We want to like we're together on their job site, and then like the GC is the one that like you see in a porta potty like there's a gang bang tour like
Yeah.
I'm not,
That was me. I was there
It's
one
bad.
time. Dude.
It-
Yeah.
We gotta put that on.
I get what you're saying.
It's not like we love each other deep down,
Okay.
but our true like passion is hating like the people with white hats.
right.
100%. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nothing different than being a white collar guy.
Same shit.
And
yeah.
everybody in the bullpen is just chilling, and they all have camaraderie over hating their boss.
That's really what brings us together is
Yeah.
hating.
Is that what it is?
It
is.
really
Is that
is.
what it is? We just all hate our boss.
It's
Blue
all it's ever
collar
been,
and
dude.
white collar is no difference. We just work in an office. You
white
work
collar
in the
wise,
sun.
like what do you do? Like send a passive email? Like
Ba-boom, brother. You're exactly
you just
right,
go to
dude.
happy
Like, what
hour
do
and
you
you
do
just
there?
you just bitch about your boss at happy hour.
Yeah, you just like hit him with like a per my last email. That's
Yeah.
how you cut fucking deep, dude. Hit him in there.
Per my last email was like you taking a wrench to somebody's head.
Yes.
in white collar.
part of my last
America.
email.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Go
There you
fuck
go.
yourself. With all due respect,
Yeah.
of course.
With
Yeah.
all due respect.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, it's a different world, but we're all together. It's like middle class people. Like,
Yeah. All just hating our
we've
bosses.
been doing
Yeah.
this. We've been doing it for how long?
Yeah.
Like
So we just had a couple carpenters on at what was it?
Local 158.
158.
Yeah,
right up the street.
yeah,
There's the carpenters down there.
158 guys on my
They were
job right
telling
now.
us. I was pretty excited about. They were telling us about nicknames you get on the job site and where it comes from. Do you have one on the
God.
job site, and then where did it
I
come
do.
from? What do you got?
It depends. It changes job site per job site.
Yeah.
You have a nickname with your contractor if you've been with them for a little while. I've been with the same company for a long time.
Right.
My nickname with my contractor that I've been with for about 7 years is Booger.
Booger. Okay.
Booger.
Why booger?
With a hard R, too,
Look at my
jeez.
nose. Snot rock. It's like it just. I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I'm a kid. I'm a
Yeah.
child at heart.
Can't keep the fingers away.
I can't. I'm just like it's bad.
You ever eat one? You ever eat one? Hey, tell us the truth. Did you ever eat a booger?
No. No.
You
And
just
that's-
you like digging.
I eat the nickname.
Okay.
I eat the nickname. I have not. I haven't
I
told
eat the
you. I
nickname.
wouldn't care. I wouldn't care.
I eat the
swear to
nickname.
God, dude, I would tell you.
Yeah.
Eat a booger, salty.
Yeah. So
When I
you've
was a
eaten a
kid.
booger. Did you kind of just confirm it right there?
When I was a child.
You should not know the exact taste profile of a
Salty.
booger. Dude.
Salty.
Salty, texture, kind of nuts. Viscous.
Usually job sites for me.
Yeah.
It's like the long. They right at the long hair.
Yeah.
Right at the long hair. It's like Fabio. I get pretty sick nicknames. I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My nicknames are usually. I mean, I like them. Yeah.
Yeah, we had one guy that was nicknamed Cupcake because he brought cupcakes his first day on the job.
Cupcake's usually like an apprentice, like a fatter, more fluffier man.
A man of weight.
I get pretty lucky with nicknames. It's Fabio usually, Fabio or Romeo or some type of like old time, like old school,
Old handsome
guys.
dude. Yeah.
Beautiful romance narrative.
Yeah, you got long hair. I lost my
The
hair.
funniest thing in the world is this guy goes, I'm going to clam up on the podcast right when I
He's
get
the
on.
fucking greatest
And
guy of all
he's
time.
taking-
You're killing
it, dude.
You're lighting it up.
I am clammed up. You don't understand. You feel
You're
my hand
clammed?
right now. You're gonna stick-
Dude, I'm a naturally clammy guy, too. That's just us, dude. It's a cross we bear.
I feel like
and
I
your
could-
cross is you look like Jesus.
Jesus, Jesus,
Jesus. Jesus when you're heading down to Northeast Philly and you're in that section of the neighborhood. I hear you.
Jesus, you know.
I hear you, yeah.
And like sometimes when I get real red, like everybody thinks I'm Puerto Rican, so like I get like a Puerto Rican introduction with like people like.
What's a Puerto Rican introduction look like?
You can't say, yeah, okay.
A lot of maracas
What
and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's just
Ja.
it's just Tres Laches. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Ja. That's how you laughed it. That's how you laugh in a different language.
What's
Beautiful,
the what's the hot topic right now on the site? Like, what are you guys talking about in the news and stuff? Like, what? Like right now, it's like white women Super Bowl right now with the Karen Reed trial and the P Diddy trial and stuff.
How can I relate that to the job site right now?
Like, what are you guys talking about? You talking about the Phils? You talking about the birds?
Yeah.
Like, or are you talking about
I
like
mean-
the tariffs?
That shit's like, that's like baseline. Birds, Phils, Flyers, Sixers killing me.
Yeah.
What number 3 pick?
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Got to build somewhere, Jesus.
No, I know. Number 3 pick, but like, like sports on a job site with a bunch of men is like, that's based on. So that's why like it gets real weird on a job site because you dig deeper into a man.
Yeah.
You spend 8 hours a day with this man who has.
Go ahead.
I'll give you a small example.
Yeah.
There's a man on a job site, the most hard man, crusty ass hands. I fucking brick 8 hours a day. I can't stand it. You don't understand what I do with these hands. I eat mortar for breakfast.
Yeah.
I brick 8 hours a day. And then they get on the phone with their wife or whatever. Hey, baby.
Hey, babe. Yeah.
Hey, baby. And you're like, you just fucking dogged me out for 8
Yeah.
hours. What are you talking about? This is great. But I meet these men that are so hard in life, but then as soon as like their wife calls, their kid calls, they drop down to like,
Yeah.
you were right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, hey, Dad. Like,
Yeah. They become lover boys.
yeah.
That's why we are outwardly pussies. That,
Yeah.
Everybody knows what we're doing when we come
That's
hang
white
out.
collar,
dude.
baby.
Yeah.
You're outwardly pussies, but
Yeah.
like you guys are like cool. Like
Oh, thanks,
I
man.
wish
Thanks.
I was like sitting by the water fountain and being like, yo, like did you fuck? Like
You want
Did
some
you
water?
fuck?
You want some water
Like,
cooler talk?
I want some water cooler talk. I heard it.
Wait,
out.
what do we talk about the water
I
cooler?
walk at the Porta John. I'm taking a piss at the Porta John. We talk as I'm taking a piss today. Literally, I'm taking a piss. This dude was like, dude, you're pissing pretty hard.
Really?
That'd be an HR violation where we
You're
are.
frying chicken back there. Yeah.
And I'm like, remember back in the day when we were like kids, like you would piss harder to impress girls because they thought we had a bigger dick.
That's true.
I've never
never
heard
did
that.
that?
What?
No,
I
dude.
always yes.
I always pissed harder around
Yes.
girls because I would think they thought.
Because then
I
they
had a
thought
bigger
like,
dick.
wow, this stream is insane. He's
Your
got to have a
stream
huge
is
hog.
tough.
Dude, I sat down when I peed till I was 22. That's crazy. This is news to
Nah,
me.
brother.
White collar.
There's a lot of statements
White
in the
collar.
porta potties about you, brother.
You never sat
You're
down and took a
clip
tink?
farming, right?
Dude, I
No,
sit
dude,
down.
the
I
farm
wake
is
up
not
and I
here.
sit down when I piss. I'm not standing up and pissing before 8
Even
a.m.
if
I'll sit
I
down
have,
when I
like,
pee every time.
An iota of shit. I'll sit and piss for like a while and
An
like, try
iota
to
of
force
shit.
one out.
Iota. Just one iota.
So wait, so you've never sat down while you've tinked?
Not with
One-
the intention of pissing. Hell no.
Not even like
You're
waking
missing
up
out,
in the middle of
dude.
the night doing it.
No. If I sit, I'm stuck.
See, this is the problem with you blue collar guys, man.
What?
Everything
you
is
sat,
so.
You sat and pissed? No shot.
7 in the morning. I'm
do you
sleepy
do?
eyed, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So you sat down. Hold on. Now this is crazy. This is
Bro, you're
devastating.
missing out on a major opportunity here.
This is crazy on the job site. This is not crazy in real life.
You sat down.
Yeah. At 7 in the morning, I wake up.
Only to piss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude,
That's exactly right.
That's why
try
you're
it.
white collar. That's
See,
why you're
this
white
is
collar.
see this.
That is crazy.
This is what the blue collar boys are like, man. They're like
We're
anything
not-
you do that's like not what they think about. You're just a huge
Yep,
pussy.
that's exactly.
And you guys
I don't think you're a pussy. I think you are a pussy.
Oh, okay. With the emphasis.
Jesus
Dude, you're missing out, bro. With long
Yes.
hair, if you sat down while you tinked, you could like
what the-
sweep it behind you and do some cool
Yeah.
shit.
I heard everything on the job site about my long hair, dude.
Buddy, this is why
Stop.
you guys lose out on so much shit being.
Wait, time out. Like,
Hold on.
You okay? Sorry.
Time
You guys
resume.
lose out on so much things just being like, I can't do that because someone's gonna call me gay.
No,
Yes.
I don't think I'm calling.
You guys are.
You're calling us gay,
Nobody
dude.
worries about being called gay more than you guys.
Yeah.
That's true. You're forcing me in that statement. You're forcing me in that statement. 100%. You're forcing me in that statement.
Yes.
But
Our words, not yours.
I
Yes.
think it's more like it's in my blood. I don't think about it
Yeah.
as being.
Blue collar blood.
Yeah.
You have
my
blue
dad
blood.
was union, my brother's union, my whole family's union.
Yeah.
I'm union
You're-
through and through, brother.
Because your father would have
I
put
just
you up
screamed
for.
to this microphone how union I am.
I'm so union.
You would have
How
been put up
union
for
are you?
adoption if your father called Win that you were sitting on the toilet at 7 in the morning while you're pissing in the morning.
Every guy
100%.
does it, dude.
Dude, you gotta try it.
100%.
Like, it'll be a secret between us.
My heart is beating just from hearing you say that.
Nah, dude. My dad would fucking piss sitting down with his legs crossed. That's a real man,
Are you
dude.
serious though?
I don't know. I've never checked, but I just would
Does he
assume
have a
so.
pops?
What's that?
Is your pops around?
He's around.
He's
Yeah.
two moms.
He's been in the back
Cool
room right
guy?
now. He's kind of a gay guy, to be totally honest with you. But he's a good dude.
Good dude?
Good dude.
I love that.
Good, strong guy.
I like you come from a good family then.
Well, let me
Fuck
ask you,
yeah.
because you seem like you have the intel and you're willing to share. Are dudes jacking off on the job site? You don't have to give any
Brother.
names. You've heard stories. You've heard
I've heard
rumors.
stories,
There's
yeah.
had to be some people.
Somebody's got to be.
That is, I heard stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do I know for a fact? Nah, but did I ever think about cranking one? Fuck yeah.
Of course.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
Why would, imagine like, all right, let me break it down for
Bro,
you.
work from home has changed the game.
I wish I could.
Don't break it down too much. You'll start jacking off, dude. Be
We'll go to a
careful.
porta potty right now and you can break it down.
If I can break it down for you, we go out late and we wake up early.
Yes.
Okay, so imagine I'm with someone I met the night before at 3 o'clock and I gotta be up at 4:30. What do you think is gonna happen? Like, yeah, like you're gonna send me a picture of titties,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna try to.
How are you supposed to lay brick when you get a picture
When
like
you're
that?
bricked up, you
I don't
can't
lay
lay brick.
I don't lay brick. I'm an electrician.
True. How are you supposed to cobble a wire together when you get
When
a
your
picture
wires.
of titties?
Yeah, true.
When your wires are crossed.
When you're,
I never did it. I never did it. But I've heard stories about people. You know, I mean, driving to work, wanking.
Yeah. But you got to worry though.
Or
Having
not. Or
I
not.
think actually, going back to blue collar, white collar, I think jacking off at a white collar job would be more
Way
wild.
It's
easier.
crazy.
Way-
Wild. No,
way-
but
way
that's crazier.
easier.
Yeah.
That's
What are you
crazier.
talking- You got a good bathroom.
You guys have a porta potty.
Can I
We
break
have
it down for you right now? I have a porta potty with shit up to here. Y'all got a perfect bathroom.
with 6 other stalls that we got to be like quiet or
You
wait
don't
for
think
someone to
we
walk
do?
in.
They're stuck together. Sometimes there's a pisser and a shitter in the same thing, and people are back to back. Do you understand that?
Are you kidding me?
Swear to God.
All right, this guy doesn't want to piss sitting down.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
gayest thing I've ever seen in
That's
my
what I'm
life.
saying, dude. Because
Well,
you have
I press
trucks.
stream to make it like this guy's dick thing. I'm gonna
You guys got trucks, dude. You could jack off in the bed of a truck anytime you want.
That's true.
You could lay down. You could face Mecca. You could make everything like red as rain. Like that's
I
what I'm
don't
saying.
got a truck though. Some people are blue collar, like not truck guys, and there's blue
What are we
collar
driving?
truck guys.
Yeah, what do you got?
2025 Camry.
You might be.
Camrys
Yeah.
nowadays?
Yo,
You might be white
hybrid,
collar,
brother.
dude.
I drive a lot for work. Why would
They
I?
drive. They,
True.
Wait, Camry's still pulling out cars?
Camrys are nice, dude.
I've never
Brother,
seen
what?
a Camry over
Yo, Camry?
2020.
2025 Camry hybrid in the parking lot right
Hybrid?
now. Drove it right
That's
here
gay.
from the
That's
job
gay.
site.
That's gay. This guy's he's sitting down in his Toyota hybrid Camry.
Yo, I don't say that on the job. I swear to God.
You don't tell people you drive a
Swear to
hybrid
God, I
Camry.
don't
Yeah.
say it on the job.
What's that get to the what's that get to the gallon? I think it's got like a 13-hour battery life.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, shit, dude. Remember, this guy clams up on podcasts.
Yeah, you never clammed a day in your life, dude. That's
Well, now.
that's
Yeah, I
stolen
told
clam
you.
valor, dude.
I told you, dude. We are.
I watched a couple of your videos.
We're an
on
RFK
TikTok.
brainworm, dude. Just podcasting.
Your
Yeah,
TikToks
really.
are really good. Like,
Thank you, bro.
Nah, you're the man,
I
dude.
feel like you're trying, and that's what I respect that.
Oh, thank you.
You work hard for that shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to get like around here. And
It's
you
we are
do.
fighting for likes every
We
single
are
day of the
cook-
week.
Yeah.
You do like you do a lot of things to work hard to make
Thank
your
you.
podcast work, to make your TikTok work, and that's pretty.
Yeah, but now if we're on the job site, I have to
bro.
kick you off for being a little gay.
Yeah, when I tell
Now
you
you
something
get-
crazy,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
posted one TikTok and I got 4 million views and like 1 million likes. All that shit. Swear to God.
What did you post? What
Why
was it?
did
My
you-
lunch.
How bad was your lunch? Do you have it,
It was
on you right now?
amazing. No, I don't have my lunch from 4 months ago.
You're too literal. They're too literal.
Dude, full circle, the lunch was clams. Dude, it
Nah,
comes
my
back.
lunch. Yo, my girlfriend would make my lunch. She's a high fashion model, and she would make my lunch.
Not to brag.
She would make my lunch. She would make my lunch, and one time I just posted. You can look it up right now. I just posted it, and then it went viral. I had a lot of people reach out, and then I posted another one. Viral again, viral again. It's pork roll, egg, and cheese is my app.
I'm pretty excited about this, dude.
So you just posted your lunch,
I swear to God.
and people like were just going nuts.
What it was in the fashion community. A lot of people like in the fashion nurses date blue collar men, and yeah, and it went viral multiple times.
Here we go. We're
Hold on.
We'll splice it into the episode.
Can I just pull up at mine?
Yeah. No, how
I'm
dare
not
you.
trying to get views. I don't even want to be.
No,
yeah, I
see
know.
it. I'm embarrassed. When
But
I
you-
post
so
it,
you
'cause now
stopped after it
my
did
balls
well?
got busted, dude. Bad.
Yeah, I bet,
I
yeah.
gave up, and I actually should have kept it going because
Dude,
I
the
was
boys on the
viral
job
multiple
site
times.
probably.
Brother,
They
you
probably
have,
crushed you.
They crushed me.
Yeah.
You got long hair. You're posting TikToks.
Sure, you're pushing
I
it,
am
dude.
literally the epitome of.
Pissing sitting down.
Yeah.
You're one of us, dude. No matter how far you try to run from us, we're bringing you back in.
That was your pissing sitting down.
618,000 views,
Damn.
850.
Oh, dude, you even know how to pin.
Scroll
He's got a
through.
couple in the drafts, too.
Scroll through.
Damn,
Scroll
he did
through.
pin.
Scroll
Dude,
through.
this is the most peeing sitting down thing of all time. You did a POV.
No, hold on.
He's pissing while the video is being recorded,
I
dude.
understand it, but scroll through. I got more
Versace.
views than your entire podcast just by posting my lunch.
All right, don't be. Hey.
Pissing down.
Actually,
Pissing down.
probably haven't. Well, that's a pretty
I know,
good one.
nah, I love-
That's a pretty good one.
I have a lot.
Oh, because you just keep pulling out fucking designer bags. Dude, how much is your
Wow.
fucking girlfriend spending on designer shit?
But no, it's So how it started was it was like the bag that held the bag,
Right.
Yeah.
and she makes great lunches. Shout out my girlfriend.
What's she make?
Today she made like enchiladas, packed me like it's like have you ever seen a Spanish wife make her Spanish husband lunch?
Can't say I have.
I have not. I have a white.
Well, you don't understand. It's crazy.
How do you get a hold of one of those Latino
This guy.
ladies? I got a white lady who's a little lippy.
Going from an electrician. This is hilarious.
Lady that's lippy.
Yeah. How do I turn her Mexican or whatever?
Lady that's lippy.
Well, she is. I hate to say she's
I don't
5
know,
feet
like
tall.
have a good conversation with her. That's what I would do. Straight up, lippy, lippy. What do you mean lippy? Describe lippy.
She's funnier than I am. She gives me guff, and it cuts me
She's
down.
funnier than you?
Yeah, it cuts me down pretty often. Yeah, I
and
don't
you
like.
piss while you sit, so I don't.
So does she, to be fair. I see her do it. I'm like, I thought this was cool, but you know. That's pretty sweet though. Having the
can't-
lunches packed is nice.
Dude, you don't
Yeah.
understand. That's like the golden ticket in our.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk on a job site. I'd be like this. Like, what'd you have? They're like, my wife didn't pack me nothing. I'm like, all right, word.
Oh, so all the union guys getting their lunches packed?
Most, but like you kind of like talk shit. Like my girlfriend's like, tell the boys that I made enchiladas.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of us, our girlfriends are staying like girlfriends or wives. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a different life like 10 years ago. Whatever,
That's
but-
pretty white collar of you guys.
You're one of us, dude. No matter how
Yeah,
far
you
you run,
are.
you're one of us.
You started off as a grizzled blue collar electrician.
Never
and-
started as grizzled. I
Yeah,
was
you
white
did.
collar.
Don't-
Wait, first of all, I started this conversation saying I wish I was white collar.
That's true. But you are still a grizzled blue collar
You
baby.
are grizzled, dude.
And then you just came to us as you're going POV.
Grizzled than I am, first of all.
Yeah, I would say
dude.
so. After this conversation, no
You got,
doubt.
I wore Birkenstocks yesterday, dude. There's no grizzle whatsoever here. I have a
What
pad.
about you?
I have a pad in right now, dude.
That's fucked.
This
it's
guy
bad.
thinks you're.
What about you?
What about me?
Yeah, what's your life like right now?
Content.
Fuck yeah, man.
Fucking right, dude.
Yeah.
What's your life
I
like?
saw you at
For sure.
I saw you at Garage South Philly.
Yeah.
Like a year ago.
Yeah, we're doing something with Gareth Stubbs.
I saw it. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Anything else you want to ask him before we get out of here?
Any parting words about just like guys who might want to get into like the union craft or like things like that? Anything that you would
yes,
advise?
Absolutely. Do you want to make $110 an hour? Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Yep.
Your podcast is great. Your content's great.
Thank you.
I love it. Like,
Did you have fun here?
CYUP, so I can't even speak on you.
That's all right. We'll get there next time.
No,
dude.
I haven't seen it nonchalantly, but I haven't seen it. But
Yeah.
thank you for having me, man.
Bro,
No,
you were
thanks for
great.
coming
You
on,
were
man.
fucking awesome. You're the man. Dude.
Thank
Seriously.
you, man.
Were you college graduated or just high school?
No. What we all used to do: graduate high school, become a junkie, become blue collar,
The life cycle of
and just be more productive than any.
the life
anybody
cycle
ever
of the
met.
unit. I love that.
All right. Who do we got here? What's your name?
Maddie.
Maddie. Okay.
Maddie.
Bartender Kelly.
Maddie.
Maddie with the I. Very nice.
Do you look at women with the Y a little differently?
No.
Yeah, you
I
do.
just like how I spell it better.
So you do.
So that's a yes. So I don't look at them. I just think they're worse than me. Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
I think
very
they're
nice.
more inferior
But
than I
I'm a
am.
Madison too, not a Madeline.
Yeah, well, I'm
Yeah.
in like the male camp where I'm a Matt with a Maddie, so I'm an M-A-T-T-Y.
You're the boy version of my name.
That's right. I think so. Is that right?
Probably.
It's gotta be.
I always thought it was like Matilda was my girl name.
What?
Matilda? You never heard of Matilda?
I know the name.
I don't know. I'm
But
picking
that-
it.
for you to say Matilda over Madison is crazy.
You might be right. All right, we'll come back to the drawing board
no,
on
but
that one.
I agree with you on that one. I think you are more of your boy name being Matilda.
I think so too.
But I think a Maddie would be. What would
But
that be in a
he's
man's?
Maddie, I'm Maddie.
Yeah, but I
But
think
you're D.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think of Madison.
Whatever.
Also, Madison's kind of like a cooler name. I always thought Madison was a cooler name. Like Matthew is kind of like a dork biblical name. I've never been able to get there as like Matt's
Madison's
cool.
okay, but like a lot of girls are named Madison.
Well, you were probably
Yeah.
like me. My name's Kyle. So like you were in the '90s
Yeah.
babies books,
Everyone's name's Kyle.
and everyone's
yeah.
name's Kyle now. Like
Yeah.
I knew like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
2 Kyles
Not
growing
now.
up,
Well, yeah.
and now I
Well,
know like 15 Kyles.
Yeah, true.
My dad wanted to name me Carly because his name's Carl.
Got it.
But my mom didn't want him to have me to have his first name and last
I think
name,
that's a fair
basically,
argument by your
Yeah.
mother.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Carl. I think
Because my
Carly-
mother's name was Karen and my dad's name was Bob, and like I'd be like naming like I want to name her Barbara if I was a girl.
I think Karen and Bob,
Bob-
the cross is Kyle.
If Karen and Bob are gonna name a kid, it's gonna be Kyle.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's Bob, dude.
Well,
You had
yeah.
2 choices, dude. It was Bob or Kyle. You
Yeah.
kind of landed on the better one, to be totally frank with you, dude. I'm sitting here talking about fucking Matilda. I don't even know who that lady is, dude. I'm losing my mind.
Bob and Karen, which like is the most like Irish Catholic like 2 sounding people of all time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
such an original back in the 1970s, 60s name that like
Oh,
are
yeah.
just 2 names that have just gone almost extinct.
That's a good point. The names kind of
Yeah.
have to come together. Like, what's your mom's name?
Eileen.
Eileen and Carl
Big one.
Wait.
made a Madison.
Wait, I tell everyone this.
Okay.
So you know the movie Up?
Yeah.
The,
Oh, don't make it sad.
No, it's not sad.
All right.
Your
Well-
house didn't float away with a bunch of balloons?
I wish.
Okay.
Yeah. But the Carl is the old guy in the film.
Yeah.
If you look at the mailbox of him and his ex-wife, it's Carl and Ellie.
Oh, not ex-wife. She died.
Yeah, it's not his ex-wife.
Technically.
Why'd you guys split up? She fucking died.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait. There's no, not shot. Like the one shot in the film. Like.
No, yeah. I know you're talking
yeah,
about the mailbox they have in front of the
Yeah,
house.
we
it says
understand.
Ellie.
It says Carl and Ellie.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my mom's nickname is Ellie.
Got it.
So
Oh.
my parents are Carl and Ellie.
We got there.
So you're that little fucking kid in the movie. You're that little
Yeah,
guy who hangs
yeah.
out with them. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We just were fixating on the fact that calling a dead wife the
Yeah.
ex-wife is one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
That is crazy.
But I hear where you're at. No problem. So
We refer to them as widows.
those widows,
Yeah,
the
that's their,
black widows.
pronouns.
Yeah, I got bit by a black widow. She was at a bus
yeah.
station.
But so you bartend here at Kellianne's.
I do.
How's that going?
Yeah,
I
how
love
was
it.
How long?
Like a year and a half.
All right, so you're relatively
far.
new.
Yeah.
Still learning the tricks of the trade of Kellianne's. What What have you learned now that you wish you knew on your first day?
That the people are nice, I would say.
You came in here with like kind of a dickhead
April,
attitude.
actually, the one that's bartending now.
Yeah.
We worked together in Delaware County at Barnaby's.
Oh,
I don't know if
yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Havertown.
Yeah.
Barnaby's Havertown.
So for those that don't know, and I know he's a South Jersey guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kellianne's. Delco is a feeder system to Kellianne's, basically.
It seems that way.
So
yeah,
if
it
like
seems.
visitation BVM was going to like Bonner or O'Hara,
That's
Yeah.
where I graduated from.
Delco
O'Hara.
comes to Kellianne's.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Well, the workers here are either from South Jersey or Delaware County. Yeah.
Really
Okay.
now,
Well,
yeah.
Ken is from South Jersey.
Nobody wants to admit, but
So-
Delco and South Jersey are the same
same.
place
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
different fonts.
And
Literally.
Northeast is just
Yeah.
their white,
Yeah.
white trash cousins.
Northeast is like your crazy Ukrainian cousin who, I totally agree with that.
If your parents died in Northeast Philly, you got all their money. You
mean your
moved out
ex-parents,
to
yeah.
your ex-parents, you're right.
Yeah.
You moved out to South Jersey. You moved to Delco.
That's right. Exactly
You
right.
moved
yeah.
on up like the
Yeah,
Jeffersons.
they did
Same
the
thing.
big move. They did the big move from South Jersey to the city.
And it is a big deal. A lot of people in South Jersey will brag about how they act like they fucking came off Ellis Island. Where they're
Well,
like,
I
we
do
had
the
no
same
idea.
thing.
We
I'll
got out of
tell
Mayfair,
people-
dude.
I do the same thing. I'll tell people. I'm like, I just moved to the city. They're like, where you from? I'm like, Delaware County.
Delaware County. Yeah.
The huge move.
Delco's
you know?
a whole new thing. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys, are you the Pope? Is Delco, you guys have the Pope? That's your guy, right?
Villanova, yeah.
Is that the same thing? We've been getting a lot of fights
Villanova's
about
like
this
the
recently.
main line, I think.
But then
Yeah.
it's
It's
technically
the-
Delco.
Is it?
And that's what we fight with people all the time about, because you could.
Is that technically Delco?
It's Radnor.
Okay.
True,
And you
true,
could
true.
you could literally take a rock and throw it to Monco from Villanova. But you know Delco loves to claim Delco, so once you're in Delco, you're just rooted in Delco.
Yeah.
But main line, Monco.
Yeah.
Being from Delco, did you ever have the accent? You don't seem to have the Delco accent at all.
No, the only thing I need to know if people say rotisserie chicken.
Rotisserie
Okay, so
chicken.
it came out when you said rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, it's a little
Too
bit on
many
the net.
syllables for a Delco person's
Rotisserie.
brain.
I think that's a Delco thing, rotisserie chicken.
What do you get from Rita's? What do you usually? What's the thing you order
Like
from?
water ice.
Okay, so
Yeah.
water still stay. Okay, yeah. I like
What
rotisserie.
you
I
used
never
to
heard
write
that.
with that came in a Crayola box?
What?
What you used to write with that came in a Crayola box?
Crown?
All right, so she says crown.
Crown
She's
Royal.
Delco.
That's it.
What
Yeah.
do you say?
Crayon.
Crayon? Crown?
I avoid the word altogether because people ask questions like this. Where like, is it
And
crayon
people
or
get
crayon?
mad
They get angry.
if
Yeah.
you say it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say it wrong every single time.
What do you say? Wait, what do you say?
I don't say it. I skip the
Oh,
word
you just don't
entirely.
say it.
I'm a
Okay,
colored
cool.
pencil kind of guy, you know? I just go
Ooh.
right. That's a graduated kind of.
That's the guy who
Yeah.
got out of
move,
the
yeah.
Northeast and moved to South Jersey.
That's exactly right, dude.
Oh, colored pencils, eh?
So we got to ask. So you're bartending here. We have a
Yeah.
lot of bartender questions. You're our first like full-on bartender.
Okay.
All right. So you started working here. You're kind of getting used to the whole thing. How do you deliberate between this guy's too fucked up or this person's right on
You're
the
going right
edge?
after.
Like, what's your kind of like your personal marker in your head?
If if they're not looking at you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, you can tell when no one's home.
What if they're looking
Like,
at
in
you
their head.
but they're
Lights.
cross-eyed?
Like, no.
What if they're staring at you but their pupils
So,
are looking at their nose?
I worked the day of the Super Bowl parade.
Got it.
Oh my
and
god.
the
yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
And when our shift was done at like 6, I was like,
AM.
so no, we came in
Yeah.
at 6 a.m.
That's what I heard.
And our shift was done at 6 p.m.
Wow.
And literally everyone's eyes are like beet red.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're talking to you, but they're not talking to you.
Yeah.
By 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Crazy.
And that's when you're just like, they're done. And like, it's like, actually when they ask for a drink and you just walk away from them, they don't even know that they asked.
That they asked, that's a good
So
point,
it's
yeah.
like, I'm not even like being like, you're done, cutting you
Mm-hmm.
off. I just don't even give them another drink. And they don't know
Yeah.
Good point.
that they're being ignored.
That's good. That's
They
great.
literally don't know.
But if you have to cut them off, do you have like an intro line of like, I think you're good? Like, what's your nice way to like not?
I just go, here's a water. If you can just drink this for me right now. Yeah.
I've gotten so many water offers
Yeah.
at bars I've been to be
That's
totally
it.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
And
sense.
some people were like, chug it, or they'll be like, oh no. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, if you get aquaphobic, that's how you know
Yeah.
you're too. If you have like
Yeah.
rabies syndrome, that you've been drinking
Or
too much.
We have like bags of chips, so like I'll be like, here's a chip. Like,
So the way to cut off is obviously like set in stone. Are you like what's like your when you're trying to get a good tip? Like what's your move? Like do you have any kind of cool shit you do? Any tricks?
no, No, I can't like do like the cool like bottle stuff.
That
I
thing, like
always
the big
tell,
shake?
I always thought you guys interviewed JP.
Yeah.
I always tell JP, I was like, I don't have to do anything. I just have to smile. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
That's
literally.
it?
That's it.
That's kind of sick.
Right?
Is it just like being a female bartender? Or you guys are just you're locked in and you know.
People are more nice to the female bartenders.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
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 Like.
Have you seen like dudes that you work with who are like, one guy's nice to you and he goes to him and he's like, "Hey, dumbass, I'd love a stateside right now."
We want Maddie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
some people are just like, well, I was talking, like, she's my bartender. Like,
Yeah.
well, we're together.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't have to do much here besides like be nice and like smile.
Yeah.
Like
Sick job.
me and April, when we work together, I'm like, we have to wear matching outfits. It'll get the people going. Like, and they love it.
Like thing one, thing two shit?
Yeah, we'll wear like matching overalls, which are people like.
I love a man. Yeah.
Right?
I envy that, dude.
Like, if you came into a bar and you saw me and her wearing matching overalls,
It would do nothing.
what?
It would do nothing for me.
I would be excited, dude.
You wouldn't be like they're both wearing overalls?
No.
What?
Because I can count the 15.
Not 20?
No.
This is
That,
coming.
if
Yeah.
now,
It's coming from a different
matching
perspective. Dude, there's so many
That's
times
what we're talking about?
I've suggested matching outfits on the goddamn podcast,
Dude, yeah,
and he's turned me
people
down. Dude.
love it.
Be cute as hell, dude. I'll do my fucking
People
eyebrows.
love
I don't
it.
care. Yeah,
They
let's let it
love
rip.
it.
I agree.
They love it.
What are you, a fucking band?
Like,
And,
perhaps.
I'm literally known, like in Kellianne's, like to wear matching outfits. Like I'll find out who I'm working with. I'll be like, we have to wear the same shirt.
Yeah.
We have to.
I can't imagine if I was working at Founding Fathers and some person came up to me and was like, or texted me before the shift was like, we have to wear matching outfits. I would say, I'm not coming in.
Oh, come on.
Could you, what if you guys were wearing matching shirts? It would be so
It'd be
cute.
cute as hell,
It would be
dude.
so cute. People
Come on.
love it.
It would be the most adorable thing if you and I had the
Yeah.
same shirt, maybe like wear like a sundress. You and I a couple sundresses.
Our fans would love it.
Yes.
No, our
wanna get
fans would be
roasted
pretty
in the-
pissed. They'd
in the
hate it
comments?
pretty bad. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Well, I would.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, we got one
So-
fan there.
That's crazy.
The people like it.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah. Like if two dudes were doing it, they'd be like,
No,
Who's
I'm
the-
not asking
who's
to
the
put on
overalls?
I'm wearing it. All right, you know what? You fucked yourself. I'm wearing overalls the next episode,
You
dude.
have
Have fun with
to.
that.
You have to. They're the best outfit.
I'm wearing nothing underneath either. I'm going full free ball on the overalls.
overalls. It's just like at a place like Kellianne's having like theme night is just insane.
Until you do
like
it, dude.
having
Until
like-
you do it.
It's like today. It's like you like guys are like
you
in
have to
kindergarten class.
experience it.
It's like we're having
Well,
theme
like,
night.
what-
Everyone wears a purple shirt today. Like
I'm
those
doing
theme
it.
nights that you used to have in grade school.
I'm gonna start
Yeah.
getting in. Yeah.
You no, you have to.
I would
What is
actually
the
do it.
craziest you guys have ever gotten on your outfits?
Like what? Like matching was?
Yeah, I mean, what is it? What do you get so crazy? That's like, hey, on Sunday when the Eagles are playing, we're both gonna wear Eagles jerseys.
We're wearing tuxedos, ladies. Get in
so
line.
for the
Tuxedos.
Eagles, the
Now
day-
tuxedos would be funny.
That'd be nice.
Okay, that'd be sick. But girls aren't gonna wear it. I mean, I guess
Why
they
not?
Can. They know they can. They can.
Wow, there you
Can
go. Taking a political
We want to hear
stance here, dude.
Kellianne's stance on if girls are can wear tuxedos or not.
But no, you can even do it in like a subtle way. Like I work Sunday nights. Mm-hmm. So I work like most Eagles games.
Yeah, but overalls, I
Blah,
feel like
blah.
when the sun's up, like that's cool.
It's the best time to wear an overall.
and then
dude.
overalls at night gets a little weird.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Thank
That's
you.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that.
No overalls at night.
I'm just trying to tell you kind of
For
what the people think here.
Like it's just like subtly matching. Like for the Eagles, the Super Bowl day, like actual Super Bowl.
What'd you guys wear? Surprise us.
I texted the guy I work with, John.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna buy a shirt. You don't worry about it. I'm gonna buy it. But it wasn't like complete matching. It was we each had
Let me guess. Hold on. Let me guess. Eagle shirts.
no way.
So you are on
Yes,
board, dude.
you're on board. It was Saquon Barkley with like when he was like
Wait, what was his name?
Saquon
There
Barkley.
you go. Shaquan Barkley.
good, dude.
Saquon Barkley.
Delco does eke out a little bit.
It comes out.
You can't get away from
randomly.
it. Yeah.
It is. It's like
People
a.
come out when I say X.
Let me ask you a
Let
question.
me ask you a question.
Yeah.
It sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
It sneaks up on you, and when you're talking, and I feel like you're like the Delco. You're like, oh, because I don't think you really have a Delco accent, but then you get going, you get your revved up, and then you're like, oh,
Let me
here it
ask-
comes.
I'm kind of curious about my God, my
We gave you the wrong
microphone
one.
keeps killing me. As a bartender, is there any unsaid beef between you guys and the servers?
No, we don't have servers.
No servers. So
No.
you are. Oh.
So
Have
what
you
about
worked-
what about like Barnaby's when you used to work in Delco?
Yeah, so in Delco, the bartenders always acted like they were better than everyone. Like,
Yep.
not like better, just like, I'm a bartender, you're not, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bartenders like
Yeah.
when I
They
first
can
started
become they can become assholes. Like,
when I first started
Yeah.
bar backing, bartenders do have this like sense of arrogance about them that
It's-
it's kind of like
and it's
I'm better than you because
Yeah.
you
weird.
are making a lot more money than the bar backs are.
but it's weird to have, like, if you're 25 and you're a bartender, you're beefing with, like, an 18-year-old server. It's
kinda
like,
crazy.
all right.
I've been there, dude. I'm not above
Like,
that.
it's like, so, like, when I was serving at Barnaby's, I would be like, I need my, like, drink made, and I'd be like, I have a full bar. So he'd be like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Like,
But then Jimmy
Yeah,
Butler
yeah,
beats
yeah.
with Anthony Edwards, and that's what we call competition.
It's just making people better, dude. That's
Yeah.
all. It's iron sharpening iron, is what they're saying. To be totally honest.
But here's awesome because, like, during, like, the day, we are supposed to, like, wait on the tables, like, come out, like,
Yeah.
on the bar. But we only have, in the morning, it's just one person. And at night, there's 2 people. So there's no, like, bartenders and servers. We're just,
Which is my preferred
Yeah.
my preferred way to do it. I loved full
It's-
service.
it's the best.
I didn't like always being a
Yeah.
customer having full service because sometimes people get swamped with the bar and then it loses out on the
but I'll,
table.
like, tell people, like,
Yeah.
I'll, like, wait on people, and then if I know we're gonna get busy, if it's like a Saturday night, Friday night, into like the evening to like night, I'll like tell people, like, if I don't come up to you, it's because I can't.
Yeah.
So just like get my attention.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's
not
always
like-
good with
it's not
this
'cause
bar.
I'm ignoring you. Like, you can yell at me, but like, there's no way. Like, if there's like a group of people, like, this is like a small bar.
Yeah.
So like, people try to like hang out like in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna stress myself out with carrying 5 drinks to a table.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing
Like-
about this place being so small
Yeah.
is like when you come to a table, you always feel like you can go to the bar and just order.
Yeah.
Because it's literally
And people-
one step
The
away.
best people are, they're like, I can just meet you right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the like if you're a patron here, what's a good move to flag down the bartender without being a rude asshole?
That is a good question.
What's a good like what's the move? Is there a word? Is there something we could say in particular?
The worst is,
Hey bitch. That's probably pretty bad. It's
probably gotta be up there.
brutal, yeah.
we're just like a confused,
Oh, like a confused wave?
Confused,
What about
yeah.
what about
Or-
hand up but no wave? Just the- two,
yeah.
two fingers?
Yeah, that's fine.
You go 3 or 4. It's
That's
kind
fine,
of
yeah.
a
A wave
And
down
then,
though,
but
yeah.
then the people, what can make me upset is when people, they'll come to the bar, they're like, can I have a Miller Lite?
Yeah.
And the Miller Lite's right behind me. I'll literally go get it, turn around, they're zooming off to their table.
Oh, they
I'm like, you
oh.
want me to...
That's just bad customer play.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
1 second it had to be, and then we would have had your beer. Now I have to either travel through this like whole thing, like sea of people,
Yeah.
or somehow
Yes.
wave you down.
Here's one that used to piss me off. Person orders 1 drink, closes out every time.
That's
on,
me.
On the credit card.
That's me every time, yeah.
Word.
Are you serious?
Because in my
And-
head
Stop
I'm
that.
like
Wait, sometimes if people do it, if I notice, they're like, it's like 3
Yes.
in a row they did it. I'm always like,
Yeah.
you just want to keep it open. Like, I give you
Yeah.
your card back to you. Bars don't even keep the cards anymore.
Yeah, true.
They give it right back to you. And they're like, no, close it out. I'm like, all right. And then they'll get another one right away.
It's the biggest pet peeve of mine. Why do you do
You
it?
know, we give the cards back. The biggest pet peeve of mine is I'll like make people like keep it open. I'll make eye contact with them. I'm like, I'll give you your card. I'm doing hand motions right back to you.
Did you just explain you're doing hand motions? there's video
Just-
cameras. They'll
we
see
have-
it. They'll
Like,
capture
get
it.
in like I'll give it right back to you. I turn around, swipe it. They're gone.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
That one's
you
crazy.
you said, all right, thank you, and then you're just gone.
Yeah, that's an insane move.
Like,
I would at least if I keep closing. I mean, personally, when I close one over the other, to me, I'm like I'm stopping myself from drinking a lot. If I close out now,
but
I
you
won't
know
keep
you're
drinking.
going, like,
But then I'll
deep down
keep
you
going.
know.
But I know
Yeah, there's
Deep
an
down
internal
you know,
conflict
you know.
happening.
you're a monster.
Well,
You're
yeah.
never going to stop yourself from drinking.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but that's
Yeah.
the truth of the matter is that in my head, I'm like, if I close out right now, I won't get another one. Then I have to go back up there and bother the bartender, open it again.
But you know.
I know, and
We're
I
talking
don't
about
think
a
I'm
guy
changing.
who one time didn't want to buy something but bought it because he just didn't want to. He didn't want to put the person out by returning it.
Yeah, I panicked a little bit. I was buying my
But not even
girlfriend.
before
Yeah.
buying it, returning it back to where it.
I don't like
Yeah.
returning things either.
Thank you.
I really don't.
Thank you.
I really don't.
Just do
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
I don't.
Like,
and
thank God.
JP actually just made fun of me because I bought like a little romper from Amazon, and we get our Amazon packages sent here
Smart.
because someone's gonna be here to like collect it, whatever. So I open it, and he starts laughing. I was like, I know, it doesn't look like this when I ordered it, like, blah, blah. And he literally brought up. He's like, guys, do you like this? I was like, JP. I was like, I know it's not the best,
But that's good. That's what we need more of.
But I'll never return it.
Yeah, people in the bar should be like, we should do more of that, where it's like, you know what? Before we introduce a bill into legislation, we should go to a bar and be like, stuff a bar and be like, you 50 people here, do you like this?
No,
Yeah.
And if the majority don't, you know what? Fine.
Thumbs down, dude.
Fair.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good move.
Actually,
The Roman.
The
Coliseum.
New Age Coliseum.
I just moved apartments.
You should have asked everybody what they thought of
Well,
them.
I always had roommates. This is my first time living by myself.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I said it. He didn't.
Still, congrats. I'm happy for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
I bought a new air fryer.
Nice.
Yeah, it's big time.
It was never mine. I just had an air fryer. And
Yeah.
you need an air fryer.
You do. In today's day and age,
You actually need one.
You truly do, yeah.
And I went on Amazon, blah, blah, blah. I bought the Paris Hilton air fryer.
Okay, it's a little wild.
Because it was pink. It was like this beautiful pink. I read
Yeah.
the reviews before I bought it. Like,
Listen a little bit
it
closer to your mouth.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
That is like.
Now you can hear it. It feels nice, right?
Yeah.
There you go. We're in the
True,
ears now, dude. Yeah.
I forgot I'm just talking about this air fryer because I'm
That's good.
passionate
Yeah.
about
If you
it.
forgot, no, please keep going. I want to hear it.
Hilton air fryer.
It's just this beautiful pink, and so I got it sent here, and it's in this big box that says like, Paris Hilton. She says like, that's hot.
Of course.
So on the box it says like, that's hot. Paris Hilton air fryer. It's in like this like pink box, and Ken texts me. He's like, Paris Hilton air fryer, huh? I was like, yeah. I'll get it later. Blah blah.
Does it say that's hot when it's done?
No.
What a missed
but
opportunity,
wait,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be so
Huge.
sick.
That would be huge.
Yeah, it's a good move.
Yeah, that would have been huge. But me and JP worked Tuesday night together when I got delivered, and I was looking. I was like, "Do you think it's good? Like, really? Like, blah blah blah." He's like, "Should we test it out?"
Test it out.
2 a.m. I have to show you the videos. It's hilarious.
We'll splice them
But
in.
we like plug in the air fryer. He was like, "What should we do?" I'm like, "Well, fries are too basic." He gets wings, like the award-winning wings.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
3-time chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well deserved 3-time chance.
100%.
Banging.
And it's 2 a.m. We're making wings in the Paris Hilton air fryer. And he comes out, he's mixing them, and we take them out. I'm like, all right, let's try them. Banging.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Banging.
I'm sure.
Banging.
I'm sure.
So Paris Hilton, good job. with
Paris
that air
Hilton, well
fryer.
done, dude.
She did good. She
Did
did
Paris
awesome.
Hilton spends a tariff on the pays? Do you think she pays tariffs on the?
What?
She has to. She's got to have the imports
on,
coming
the,
in.
on the imports on
Tariff
the
Hilton, dude.
Tariff.
Now I'm kind of curious because I met my girlfriend. My girlfriend's a bartender, and
Yeah.
I got her number while I
What
was
bar?
a patron. It's a tap room in Haddonfield.
Okay.
So I'm curious the success rate of a dude at this bar if he hits you with like nice tip and then writes the number. Maybe not you specifically. How many times have you seen that actually works? For our listeners who are a lot of lonely gentlemen,
A lot of lonely gentlemen.
will that work?
Who would come to Kellianne's and tip you well, but also write their number on
Write
the
their
bar.
number, yeah.
I for myself, it can work. It depends,
Yeah.
really. Like if they're nice or like the tip as well.
What if he's
But-
what if he's one of the hottest guys you ever seen? What if like Timothy Chalamet walks in and there's
One of the
a
hottest guys you ever
$140 bar bill, he tips you $8 and he writes his
no,
number.
Yeah, no.
You're nothing, no.
No.
So that
Wow.
it doesn't even
okay,
matter.
True.
Because then it's like how he can't be like that nice of a person.
Got it.
That's a good point. That's
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah.
If you're trying to if there's guys out there that are
It's
trying
like
to
embarrassing how many times that happens when people are like,
it's pretty often,
like,
no?
all all the time.
Yeah.
And then they'll give you literally like $5 on like,
And they'll just talk your ear off the entire night.
yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna get a great tip. And then you get one, and you're like,
Yeah.
Bragging
And
about their
that's why I
startup.
feel like people don't understand, like, bartenders, like, we're not flirting with you.
Yeah.
Like, we're actually just being nice.
Yes.
And, like, trying to make money.
That's most dudes. Most dudes have a hard time delineating between, oh, this girl wants to fuck me pretty bad, or
Yeah.
she's just doing her job and I need to
Literally,
chill.
like,
Yeah.
what happened to just being nice to people?
Well, unfortunately.
Like, everyone just, like, takes this to, like, the next level, especially men. Like,
Yeah, I can imagine.
I could literally be like, what do you want to drink?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Well, if you're doing a
That
shoulder
sounds-
shake,
that-
if
that
you're doing a
sounded
shoulder
flirty.
shake,
That
you
felt
gotta
flirty.
retract that. Dude.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's
Yep.
crazy. If I saw a girl shake her shoulders, I might fucking call her
Yep.
dad and be like, "Can I have her hand in marriage right now?"
I agree with whoever left your number last, who's probably watching this and being like, "Fuck you, bitch." All right, you were shaking your fucking shoulders at me.
That was
Also,
Vito,
don't
yeah.
shit where you eat.
So you were anti-being a patron.
No, not anti.
Okay, so
Yeah.
shit where you eat. In certain circumstances.
Maybe
once-
fart where you eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Once or
There you go.
twice.
Did I short? Did I not short? That's kind of
shorted.
where you eat.
I shat while I ate. Yeah,
Did I?
sure.
Okay. Yeah.
We've all
I
been
did
there.
have those Kellianne wings in that Paris Hilton air fryer.
That'll do it every time. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, 100%.
Okay. So, case by case basis.
Yeah.
That's life,
It
baby.
depends. You get the vibe off.
Have you ever dated a customer? Barnaby's, you had to have.
Yeah.
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 How'd that work out?
Not good.
Yeah, it never does.
That sounds about right.
Didn't work there anymore.
Yep.
A couple Delco guys with buzz cuts and shape ups. They're wearing like
They all
a
look the same.
wearing a baggy Carhartt
Do
T-shirt.
they, when it doesn't work out, do they come into the bar? Or
Yeah.
They
That's-
still come into the bar?
Well, yeah, but also like that's why like you're not supposed to like shit
Fuck
where
us.
you eat.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to make the bar
But that's crazy.
lose
You know,
customers.
here's where I'm going to
Yeah.
defend you, where it's like if I dated a bartender and it was one of my favorite bars that I went to, and we broke up or it ended terribly, even a situationship, I would never go back to that bar. I would not be able to.
That's why I think
Some
you just
people
have to.
have like no shame.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a good
yes,
point.
that's a
Yeah.
fair point.
It's either, I mean, you
Really
go,
don't
and
care.
in my situation, I met the bartender, somehow it worked out, and now we have to get
Yeah.
married. There's really no other choice.
You
I
have
just
But
have
you
to
would
marry
never
this
go to
woman, yeah.
Gab's bar if you guys
You
broke
have
up.
to.
No, I mean, I would still go. I mean, you know, I have no shame, to be totally honest. I'll go there, I'll get fucked up, and I'll hit on the other bartender and be like, look, dude, we're moving down the assembly line, shorty.
Have you seen that? Like when they come in, are they overly flirty with the other bartenders?
Like you like trying to hook up with like all the bartenders.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're obviously you've lost out on them, so now they're going to be like,
Honestly, no. No, the only thing that like trying to get with the people I work with, but some boys will bring like other men,
A platoon of young men.
Other
Yeah,
girls.
sure. Okay.
other girls.
Yeah.
Like as like a little date or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like, all right, like there is other bars at that point.
Yeah.
You can go to. But
I respect that a little bit. Just like hitting on a bartender, striking out, and be like, fuck you, I'll bring a date right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
That's
won't
It
even
doesn't
take
do
that
anything
great.
to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true,
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. No, it's no.
So before we let you run, we need to have your greatest bartender story, the best thing you can muster, bartending, serving, somebody too drunk, somebody who's acted out, anything
No,
crazy.
I'm like literally not like an outspoken person.
You ever chase anyone after anyone because they gave you a bad tip? I saw that video recently in Philadelphia.
Yeah, the
No,
butcher thing.
because I appreciate any money I make.
You know
very,
what?
very political answer. What, are you running for office right now? That's crazy.
No, because
Yeah, I was actually going to agree with that, but then you're kind of
like,
right.
some people are like, "How much do you want?" I'm like, I literally appreciate.
How much do you want?
Like,
Ugh.
yeah, I never got
Oh, I would
that.
hate that.
People are like, "Is this too
But dude-
little?" And I'm like, I literally appreciate.
Actually, yes,
anything
but I've been with people
I
who've done that
get.
too.
I'm always like, I just appreciate anything I have.
You got to go?
That's a
No, my GoPuff driver is almost here.
On that note, we'll let you get your delivery.
Thank you.
Holy
Dude,
shit, how
this is
slow is
great.
GoPro? You've been on this pod for like 30 minutes, I feel like.
I know. Was I bad?
no. You're fine.
Yes.
That's great.
What?
I never want to come back to this bar ever again.
We'll never be back here. We won't be back here every single weekend.
Actually,
no
we're
matter
gonna
what.
walk out
We
on the
definitely
bill.
won't. Yeah,
You guys should go on Google and write a good review about me.
of course.
Okay, cool.
Maddie, Mattie.
DDIE, of course, of course, of course.
Well, hey, that's the podcast. We appreciate you sticking around this long. Remember, we have a live show on May 30th. It's coming right around the corner.
Please come.
Friday at 8 p.m. If you ever wanted to be on this show, you see these people, these guests every day that we have, every episode that we have, you can come be one. We're just going to put a little basket out. You're just going to write your name in it, say what you do for a living, and then we're going to call you up on stage. And everyone who's also like the electrician we had earlier is like, I'm clammy, I'm going to hate this.
We will get you. We're there to look, there's no antagonistic vibes whatsoever. We want you to come up. We want you to hang out. Tell us your craziest story. Hang out with us. Have a couple drinks. We want you to come hang.
We're a brainworm.
We're a brainworm. We are RFK.
Yeah. we are the brainworm that got into RFK to control his mind. We will control the conversation, and you'll have a great time.
We're going to get inside you.
We'll talk to you.
Birds.